welcome to what the actual fuck's happening here. We're just gonna rename it from here on out. Why is this broken?
We should call it what in the actual fuck.
Yeah, it's literally just take out the mental health part because that's gone at this point. But the rest of this year. We are joined by a very fabulous guest today. So when she's done, this one, we'll maybe figure out what the fuck we're doing today. Probably not, for sure not. We're fucked. And that's how we wing it. Real hard and real broken. Like a baby bird. So
you're not broken, darling. You're becoming. That's one of the things.
That's so nice. That's so nice. That's like, you're not stupid, but you're special.
We're getting there.
You're not real dumb, but you're shiny, so we'll take it.
You're shiny.
You're shiny as fuck, and that's enough. Stiff up the turd. All right. So, Ms. Cameron, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell everybody all the things you do and all the magic that is you, please.
All right. Sounds great. Well, I'm Cameron, and I am a psychiatric nurse practitioner graduate. But I took this course because I want to work in a different way. I blend science with mysticism, using breathwork, ritual, and energy work. A lot of my work is about helping people regulate their nervous system and reframe their symptoms as signals so that we can get to the root cause of their suffering. And healing feels more like a spiral, something sacred and human, rather than one of those clinical checklists that we have in Western medicine offices so often.
All the time.
One thing that I would love to ask is, before we dive in, if we could just take a couple of breaths with me. Helps us land and sink our energy a little bit, body, mind, and spirit. And for anyone listening, you're welcome to join us too.
Okay.
Do we clap? Do we close our eyes?
Yeah, if you'd like to, if you feel comfortable closing your eyes,
That's
go for it. If not, that's okay.
No, that's how you die. That's how the murder happens.
We're going to breathe in through our nose because we end up making more nitric oxide when we breathe in through our nose. And we're going to sigh gently out through our mouths. And that really tells our nervous system that we're safe in this moment and helps us to open up.
Get your shit out.
I said the nitric oxide when you said it.
Oh,
and you were like, what? And I was like, yeah.
That's like, yes.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm ready.
So a deep breath in through your nose and out. We'll do two more. One. And one last one. Let's make it really great.
That's what she said.
Without the demons. Just
kidding.
kidding.
Yes, seriously. Out, demon. Get the holy water, motherfuckers.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. That was nice. That
I
was
was just
nice.
leaving eyes closed.
Oh, yeah. Well, you don't think you're going to get
It's an
much.
enjoyable space.
You should. That's what happens.
You should.
You'll be the first to go. I just want you to know.
Because I'm so trusting.
Yeah. A horrible judge character. So she'll definitely die first.
Sure. I love everybody. And then she's like, what? I'm like,
yeah, and I'm like, that person's terrible. She's like, they're so nice, as they're like skinning cats in the parking lot. I'm like, that's weird. Not so nice, but anyways. Thank you, Kevin. That was very nice.
Thank you for joining me.
So where can people find more information about you and all your magic that you just did with us?
Absolutely. I have a website, vitalexplorations.com, and I've got a nice blog on there, and all of my events and how to work with me is all on the website, as well as a spot for my new book, Mental Health Revolutionized.
Yes, which I have read, and it was phenomenal. It was so good. So
did you read it in 5 minutes?
yeah, it was literally like a day. Yeah,
it's an easy read. I made it
nice.
Made it that way so that it wouldn't be daunting for people to get into. I want it for the everyday lay person.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was really good. There was lots of good information. You could read it in a month.
I just don't the time. It's hard.
I don't have the time either.
You know what? I listen to things in my car on 2x because that's literally like, it's crazy how like busy I am, and I feel like I'm not getting anything done. You know what I mean? Like, I'll give you an example in a moment about that, and maybe we could just talk about that, like the difference between being like busy and being productive, and how those things kind of like pull us in different ways. And we like, as busy like entrepreneurs or like moms, and like the overlapping of like all of that, how it like kind of takes a toll on your mental health, and how like we can share like things that
make it help?
Us.
Are you asking for help?
No, I mean, because I'm not the only one that I've seen, like, lately. I would say in the last, like, 6 months, I have seen and kind of come into contact with a lot of particularly female entrepreneurs that, are moms, and, like, everybody's just kind of, like, struggling because they're getting pulled in so many different directions, and maybe, like, tips or tricks that maybe we've all kind of used.
Methamphetamine.
Yes, and cocaine.
And crack.
To, like, prioritize things, right? Like, this should take priority over this. But those priorities are different as a mom than as an entrepreneur than as a woman.
Yeah.
And like, what's that little, is it like a Venn diagram is what it is? With the little in the middle?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, this is
the
sweet spot.
Like the Vesica.
Yeah.
It's the portal.
Yeah, there you go. That.
Okay.
Yeah, we're like
I'm
this
like,
thing, and then that, and it's
like
looking very
a
vagina-y.
Which is the
I'm like,
sweet
this is
spot.
the labia. She's like, it's the portal. I'm like, fucking same.
That's what the Jesus fish is.
What?
A vagina?
It is.
Okay.
What?
Little fun fact. It is part of a vesica, which is two overlapping circles.
Yeah.
And where they come together is what the Jesus fish is. It's the portal. It's the divine feminine.
I'm gonna start calling myself the portal.
You have to stop. We're not even going there. No, the fuck you are.
Yeah, we are. God damn it. Let me. Okay. We'll talk about that for a second. I'm gonna check her mic while you do that, so everybody can watch me do this. Talk about your shit, so I can check your thing.
Well, okay.
Just do your thing.
All right, so I have, like, it was just like, I don't want to say like a live example today. My husband and I have, like, we spin a million different plates, and this season of our lives are generally very busy, basically from like August until the end of the year. At the end of the year, it's like literally nonstop for us. We're in the full swing of like our food fights and our like nonprofit work. His business, my business, we're kind of like collectively potentially starting like another endeavor. And then that rolls right into some of his other like catering things start to pick up around like the holiday season stuff. And then our end of year gala. But toward the end of our like food fight thing, it's every Monday. It's instead of every other Monday, it's every single Monday for like 2 months. And then the holiday season, and then the gala. And so it all really starts to like in August. So last month was ridiculous for us, and it like didn't stop and is rolling right into this month. And today, so he hates laundry and I hate dishes. And so I also just hate cleaning in general. Like, I'm not very domesticated, and he knows that. Whether there's no like I didn't know this. Like, so we just knew. So and I excel at other things, and he excels at other things. And so we just kind of like try to balance that out. Well, we went out of town last week. We had a really busy weekend. Like, we had my girls literally up until the moment we left. And then like we hit the ground running when we got home, and it has not stopped since. And he texted me this morning because he stayed home to do some like catering work and like all that stuff. And I'm like, so how's your day? Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, I did da-da-da-da-da. And I did like a couple of the laundry. And I was like, what? What do you mean you did laundry? I'm the one that does the laundry. And he's like, yeah, I've been out of socks for like 4 days.
Oh.
And I was like, I literally just like stared, and I was like, wait, so you washed laundry? Which in 3 years, like since we've been together, he has not like washed laundry. Well, like he'll occasionally will like put it away if like I'm really, really running behind. But in that moment, I was like, I fucking do nothing. Like, I have been so busy, and I felt like, what the fuck have I even been doing? Like, I didn't even notice that he did that he's like out of socks, you know? And so it was like a moment that I had where I'm like, there's a difference between like being busy and being productive and like just doing busy work, you know? And that can be like, that really translates into business too. Like, are all of your things that you're doing income generating activities, or are you just fucking busy, you know? So I feel like that kind of has translated into my life a little bit with like my 5-year-old starting school, and like my 4-year-old like trying to figure out who she is without her big sister, and Alana is like in Girl Scouts now and doing all these things, and I'm like, and then I like freak out about the socks. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like have I just been so busy that I'm like also letting like my wifely duties fall, you know? So I know like every woman feels that way too.
No, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm just
okay. The fuck you are.
I'm a Jesus fish. I'm fine.
Yeah, you're the portal.
I'm the portal, motherfuckers.
Sure, you know, but it's
Perfectly fine.
Yeah, she said, no, I'm fine.
I cried in my cereal this morning.
Yeah. Yes, you did. I don't cry.
Yeah, no.
You cried in my cereal.
That's what's wrong. You're not crying enough. If you cried, you'd be fine.
I actually cried in the parking lot before I came in. So.
Oh, you just were like, here we are. To cry.
Well,
I think because you were going to
no.
see us.
Oh.
This is so beautiful. I was
I was very excited to see you guys.
She's like, I hate
No, I got a phone call from my mother on my way here, and she just got out of the hospital. She had bronchitis, and so I was like, "Why are you in the hospital?" She's like, "Oh, I had oral surgery." And so she was telling me the story. Anyway, she triggered me really bad. And so I was like, you know what? I have to end this conversation because I'm about to go
do
on.
some things.
Yeah, and I need to get myself right. So I'm going to have to let you
I
go.
need you to fuck off for me.
I love you. But
I love you, but
Yeah. So
yeah,
I can absolutely feel that.
yeah. See, you just have to cry sometimes.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you, this doesn't like have it.
It's not the easiest thing in the world either.
Yeah,
It's
well, and it's
Been
funny
3
is that many moons ago, and I'm gonna let her tell you how I think you should fix
Many
this.
moons ago.
Many moons
Here
ago.
she comes again with her fucking 1980s.
Yeah, I was fucking, yeah, I was like, when I was born. No, so my granny, she has the heart thing where if you stand up, AFib, is that what it is? Anyway, she's got a heart thing, and she was in the hospital, and she had been in the hospital, and she told my papa, she was like, do not tell anybody. And like a dick, he didn't tell anybody, but like
You mean like a dick because he like obeyed his wife's wishes?
she was in the fucking hospital. He should have ratted her out. And rat her out. Like you rat the fuck right out of that. And so like, come on now. So then she's in the hospital for like a couple of days. And all of a sudden he calls my mom. And the only reason he called my mom is because he's like, I don't have any clean underwear and I don't have any food to eat. Your mom's in the hospital. So not until he had no underwear did he throw her under the bus. But he did, but then he had no underwear. So with your socks, were Papa's dirty underwear. So it makes you feel any better.
No.
Okay. No, I
It
tried.
doesn't. It doesn't make me feel any better at all. Because I'm like, damn, my poor husband. Well, the thing, here's a little caveat.
He could go buy new ones.
He does that shit.
Yeah, that's what my husband does. He just will go buy new ones.
Well, the thing is, here's the thing.
and then put them
The thing
right
about
on.
Oh, you have to wash them.
Put them on
Okay.
dirty.
Yeah. But okay, the thing is, there's definitely a whole basket of laundry clean that he probably could have like looked in the bottom and there would be socks. Okay, well, let's just start that there.
Yeah.
But the idea is, I've been so busy that I'm like, damn, I can't even like do the small things for my husband. And this man is literally like bending over backwards, killing himself to keep all of us girls afloat, right? Because in the midst of all of like my life, like he has a business and his daughter just started college this year, and there's like separation stuff going on that like, you know, kids are growing up. My kid went to school. So like we went from having 3 kids in the house regularly to having like 1 4-year-old. And like there's just a lot of transition and stuff, you know, that he's also like feeling. And I was like, oh, I didn't even wash your socks, you know? And like I felt very like, ugh. Like that totally just happened. And I was like, you washed laundry? And he was like, yeah. And I was like,
So is that
Okay.
making you feel like you're only, that the time that you're spending is only, like does it feel like you're just spinning your wheels at this point? Like you're not being productive? Or does it feel like you need to start fucking managing some shit?
probably, I mean, a little bit of both. I know that, like I do a thing, when I get super overwhelmed with whatever it is, or like, I mean, it could be like work, it could be like, not necessarily with Mike. We're very good. We don't avoid, like, and it's the only, like, it's definitely the healthiest relationship I've ever been in, where like, I won't avoid something like so that we don't rock the boat. I'm very much like, fuck's going on? Like, or like, we'll just talk about it. But I would say in any other like relationship or business or friendship or anything else, when I get really overwhelmed, I just become like super avoidant, where I'm like, ooh, that's a task that needs to be done. Or like, it's very easy, like, oh, I need to finish charting on that patient. And I'm like, I think I'm gonna start this other project. You know what I mean? Like, And that's like a pattern of mine when I get really overwhelmed and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm avoiding things. But I don't feel like I'm avoiding things at this point. I like have all these things in motion and I think it's just like too much.
Yeah.
Because I like this is all like stuff I normally do, like all the business things, but then it's like also all the family things. And I'm like, oh shit, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
You know, like I didn't know
Yeah.
Alana was gonna be so busy and I have to be up at fucking 5:45 every morning now when I used to be able to get up at 7 and like you know, or I used to be able to get up at like 7:30 and I could get both girls ready. And now it's like I have to do all the things and then Mike is having to do separate things. And I'm like,
So it sounds like your vacation was really good.
the vacation was great.
I'm fucking with you.
But the thing is, it's like I
Well, when
didn't
you
feel
come back.
rested.
Yeah, well,
And
because when you come
normally I
back,
do.
it's like drinking out of a fucking fire hydrant.
Well,
too.
normally we do feel rested.
Yeah.
And we literally went, I didn't pick up my phone. Well, that's not true. Like I picked up my phone, but like I didn't do any work stuff. I didn't answer any work emails. I only answered, you know, for very specific things that have to have like a medical director or something for work. I didn't do any of that and I still didn't feel rested. And so I'm like, ooh, there's something like off.
Okay.
Because we intentionally, and we've talked, like Rebecca and I have talked about this multiple times, that Rebecca will go on a vacation and she's fucking from the second she gets there to the second she gets home, it's like task.
That's a trip. That's not a vacation. There's a very big difference, and I always tell my husband he has to say, we're going on a trip, because that means we have an itinerary of shit to do. If you want a vacation, we just hang out.
She's like, if you want a vacation, I can't go on that.
Yeah, I can't be there with you. I will pack that for you. I will not join you though.
But we vacation. We don't trip. We always vacation. And we did. Like he rented this like fantastic room, like this hotel room, and it had like a 30-foot hot tub in it, and it was like this steam room, and like we stayed in the hotel, and like there wasn't a single window in the room, so we like slept super late. Like it was great. And then I didn't feel rested. Like we literally got off the plane, and the second we got off the plane, like we hit the ground running.
Yeah.
And it was like
nervous systems and serious dysregulation.
Well, that's why when you said that, I was like, oh, that's what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
I just like put my phone down, like looking on our topics. I was like, that's what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
Because I also feel like you are like that too, where you can't, like you're very dysregulated and because you can't relax.
Yeah, but I'm just used to it. I don't need to relax. I'm just good. I'm good to go.
But eventually it's gonna catch up.
Well, I mean, that's
why
why I
she
love
lost
my
her
colon.
That's why I'm like,
I'm
that
good
is
now.
funny that's like, that was your kind of like an icebreaker. And I was like, that's what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, no, I don't relax very much. Sometimes I do. I mean, I do at night.
So
like
you
when
don't get your shit together at all?
I get my shit together a lot. Well, here's the thing though, is that I'm better at like I'll do 67 things all at the exact same time, which here's the thing. I know 99.9% of people are like, you're not supposed to do it. I swear to you on everything I own, and everybody who knows me really well will tell you, I do better when I have multiple things at the exact same time to do. It is. It's just like I'm used to it. It's how my brain works. I'm like doing that. Like the other day, I was doing something. Somebody's talking to me with full conversation. I'm doing a chart note. And I'm looking at this person. I'm hearing everything they're saying. I'm doing a full note. And they're like, this is really weird. And I was like, you're good. Keep going. I'm listening. You know, and I said back to them exactly what they're saying. So I think for me, there's not like a slowdown. That's the thing. It's just constant doing 67 things. And then when there's 66, I'm like, what else could I do? And then I'll like take a class or I'll register for something. Yeah, get a certification. And that's just how I work. How I do.
Yeah, so she like never lets her nervous system relax. And then I think we're very similar, but we're still very different in that like I will intentionally, like Mike and I are go, and then we'll try to take like a vacation to like
we are
reset.
taking a vacation in December, and I promised we would only do one thing, and the rest of it, maybe two, and then the rest of it is just a vacation.
Good for
That's what
you.
we do.
I'm
We do,
glad
like,
for you to
I
set that.
compromised on two things.
Well, we do like we'll do one thing a day. Like we're gonna go to the beach. We're gonna go on a food tour. We're gonna do one thing, and then we can like, and it's like kind of in the middle of the day, so we can like sleep in if we want, because Mike and I love to sleep in. Or we can stay up late because we like to like stay up late and like binge watch or like eat snacks or whatever it is. Like we had like a bottle of wine like by the pool, all romantic. You know what I mean? So it was like these are good things, and we're like intentionally not trying to focus on like work. So we're doing the things that normally work, but it didn't work for me this time. Like there was no like, you know what I mean? I didn't.
Yeah.
It sounds like also your ritual or your routine was really disrupted, because you said that you had 3 kids in the house before.
Oh, yeah.
And now one of them's out of college and another one's in school. And so you're having to get up earlier. And so your bodies and your brain are both like, what the hell is going on?
100%. No,
Yeah.
I can feel it. Like, I can just, like, everything feels very, like, dysregulated. And I'm, like, aware of it.
I'm aware of it. I got here today. I was like, oof. Blah.
I know. I was like, you can sit in this room. She's like,
I was
"Do
like,
I have
oh, could I just fucking maybe sit somewhere else, like across the country?
And
I was
it's
like,
not, it's not even like, I don't know, like all the things that I normally do, I try and ground myself, or I try to like do all the things, it's like not working. Like usually I'll do like a pattern interrupt or something. And like, it's just like, those are things that just aren't working for me. So I was just, and when you said the system dysregulation thing or whatever you said, that I was like, that is totally what we should talk about. Because I know I'm not alone. And it would be good
Yeah,
for
you're not
like
alone.
other
You're not
people to
alone.
hear, you know, like, oh, this bitch is trying to crash and burn. What did she do to stop crash and burning?
What exactly did that look like for her?
Yeah, I don't care. I'll be a test subject.
Yeah,
We all
make her a
fucking-
test monkey.
I mean, we
Ooh,
all
test monkey.
I knew it. I knew she's gonna like, oh, let's work on you and not me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, do her shit.
That's
I'm just gonna
fair.
say-
I can actually definitely see myself in both of you. A little bit of both. When I am not wanting to feel my feelings, I make myself really, really busy. So
I feel my feelings all the time. That's
And-
the other part.
and
She's all
it's just
feeling.
really, it's really uncomfortable for me, because sitting still is uncomfortable for me, and it has been for a long time.
Yeah.
At the same time, I feel like I'm making myself busy a lot of times without having a schedule, and I realize that routine is really important for people, not only people with ADHD and mental health issues, but ritual is ancient medicine, and it always has been. And so humans have always healed through cycles and elements and sounds and alchemy, and through community, coming together as a community through different rituals and routines. And when that changes, it takes a long time for our nervous system and our bodies and our brains to kind of catch up. And so in our modern society, we have so many changes. Holy moly. Things change so frequently, and we got to remember that our bodies are what has been bred or genetically ascended over millennia. And this modern lifestyle has only been around for maybe 200 to 500 years.
It's so interesting that you say that, because I just saw, okay, not look too close to the, I'm like, hey,
She's like, I don't like her.
I just saw something. So my Instagram and Facebook feed is like all nerdy stuff. It's like all biohacking and like, you know, mental health, like, you know, all this stuff. So it said that and I'm gonna butcher it, but basically like instilling things in your children, like creating rituals or routines and things are much more impactful for children than like the big gestures, like going to Disneyland or having some crazy big like birthday party or something, because it regulates and teaches them that you're safe in those rituals. So whether that's like Friday night dinner, or you do like, you know, pancakes on Sunday or whatever, that like when you're really young, and we know, well, I shouldn't say we know that, but it should be mostly common knowledge that children need a lot of structure when they're very young, and they need consistency, and they crave rules and regulations and things in order, so that's just for that reason,
to their world.
so that they feel safe.
Yeah.
But it just like really made a lot of sense to me when I was like, that's so true, because it's like, and I can see it in my 4 and 5-year-old, like they know, okay, we used to like fight all the time back and forth about what time bedtime was. And so I just started setting a timer, and I'm like, okay, whatever it is that we're doing, when the timer goes off, it's ready to get ready. Like it's time to get ready for bed. And then there were no arguments, because it was just like, okay, now we know, you know, like it took a little while, maybe a couple of nights. And then they just were like, oh, yep, that's just what we do. And like every night we know we do it this way. We brush our teeth, we get our jammies on. Daddy goes in this room, then daddy goes in that room. Like that's just what we do every single night. And they like really take, they take to it very quickly and they enjoy it. But as adults, we feel like, oh, we don't have to have this, and we don't have to do that. And so we just like let it go. And like now we have like no foundation or no like something to go back to and feel safe.
Well, it's even like I've talked about, like if you grew up in chaos, even if you're somewhere where there is no chaos, you will create the chaos because that's what you're comfortable with. That's what you're used to. So even when people like are doing their healing journey and they get out of a shitty relationship, they tend to get right back in another one. Yeah. And it's like, you're like, hold the fuck on. Like your body gets used to a familiar hell rather than an unfamiliar heaven, because it's like the consistency, the fact that you know that's what's going to happen every time feels safer.
Right.
And I think part of it too is like recognizing too that for some people, myself included, being productive is how I got worth as a child.
Yes.
So that has carried
So
over
much.
as an adult, where it's like if I'm not constantly doing something or something for someone, I have to really check in with my own shit of like, that's because it's funny because like my husband and I, we have the exact same love language. It's time and touch, which works out really great because it's the same. But it's funny because I will like do acts of service as if like that's his love language, and he's like, all right, cool, like, it's really nice. I love that you do that, but it doesn't like matter.
It doesn't land the same
as it does like if I spend time. And it's funny though because like there's times where I'll like sit down. Like I think this last weekend we didn't have our kiddo, and I didn't really have like a whole lot that I had to do. And I knew the next 2 weekends, this weekend and next weekend, I was like, I'm gonna take it in the ass. So I really should just chill. But even when I'm like there, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to read these 10 books this weekend. And it's like, is that really that different? But to me, it's like, it's hard because I enjoy that. But it also gives me a sense of like accomplishment. Like I did something rather than just sit still. So that makes me want to rip my face off.
I can absolutely relate to that. When we went to Portugal for a month this past winter, I packed nearly a whole suitcase full of books because I was like, I'm going to read so much. I did not read a single book while I was there.
Nice.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Isn't that funny? That's so
Do you
funny.
like to read?
I love to read.
Oh, okay. So it was like, oh, I'm gonna do this leisurely fun thing.
And it was all like stuff I was really interested in. Like I was really excited to read them.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I finally get to do all. No.
That's funny.
Not a thing.
When we went to Alaska, I didn't read at all. Like I read on the plane and I just fell asleep, which is weird because usually I won't fall asleep in public places. But part of it, my husband's there, so I know I'm not going to be murdered because it would be very unlikely that you would kill me with him. But I think that was the first trip where I didn't really read very much because I did the same thing. I always had like 7 books with me. And then
She's like, well, let's be good for the first day.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll be good and I'll stop at the library or the fuck we are in Juneau.
The Juneau Public
the Juneau Library where I'm like, can I rent some books for a day? I'll bring them back tomorrow on our way out. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, but this last weekend I read a lot, like a whole bunch. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know. Fucking. But it's also like, I think too, like as the year ends, I do get more tired. Like I didn't make it as far this year as I did last year. Last year I made it to October before I was like, all right, I'm fucking done with everybody's bullshit.
This year until February.
Yeah, this year I was like January 3rd. I was like, I hate everything.
She's like, is it over yet? I'm like, Rebecca,
Fuck it all.
we haven't even
I made
started.
it to August. God damn it.
Well, we are coming into the season of
Exhaustion.
exhaustion. Yeah, so it's the
Yeah,
harvest season and it's fall, and as the season dwindles, the light continuing to dwindle.
Yeah.
And it's our rest period. It's a time for us to really root down like the trees do and come back to ourselves and nourish ourselves and try to stay whole for the winter, right? I think that we should go back to hibernating for the winter.
Great.
Just feel like it's just interesting though, because as you're saying, like this is our restful period. In like mine and my husband's life, this is the busiest period for us.
Do you think that like fucks it up though? Because it's supposed to be?
Everything's fucked it up.
Yeah, like that's why I was like, I'm curious. Like,
and living here, I think, does. I lived for 25 years in Connecticut, and there it's cold in the wintertime.
Yeah, there's actual seasons.
Yeah, there's 4 seasons here too, but I think that
they're not timed the same way.
They're not timed the same way, not at all. And so I go outside here more in the fall, winter, and spring.
Yeah.
Than I did anywhere else I've lived.
Yeah.
I hate going outside here in the summertime.
Yeah, because you'll die.
I will die.
Okay, the drama.
So hot.
We're certainly not in Arizona or Nevada.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
otherwise we would just melt. Their
And
trash
so-
cans melt.
We'll probably bake inside. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on over there with their proteins.
Yeah. Yeah, they're genetically they're a little
Yeah, they're a little fucked up on
Little
that one.
They're